What's up, YouTube? We are live. I'm about to go live on TikTok, so just give me a minute. I'm gonna type my shit in, do the things I do, because that's what I do. Trump watch party. Point and laugh. Everyone can point and laugh. Here we go. Oh, let me fix that. Testing mic check. Okay, sweet. I can hear shit. Here we go. Iran. Okay. Booyah. What is up, everybody? It's your boy, the Liberal Loudmouth, and we are going again. Fools that watch party. It's going to be a party, everybody. It is a party. All right, so let me look for myself real quick. The Loudmouth. Let me turn this down. Okay. We are live. Boom, 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 boom. We are live. Trump press conference soon. All right, 1 second. Okay, shared it out. Everybody share out the live when you get in. Do all the things. All the things. Do the things. Let me go into my alt here. Just go ahead and get it all set up. There I am. Let me request. Booyah. What's up, y'all? We are just getting started, so, we're just sitting tight, just hanging out. There I am. Sweet. Okay, so I got all that out of the way. We were live earlier today, but, Donald Trump, the clown, the orange clown, is doing a press conference allegedly about Iran. Who knows? This motherfucker could go on for an hour and then at the end be like, April Fools, got you. I mean, who fucking knows what this guy's going to do, right? There's no telling with the dotard. The dotard in chief. Don't badmouth my president. That's my president. But while we wait, I had something cool in case you missed it. Oh, God. All right, whatever. All right, here, real quick, while we wait, because I watched this earlier and it was fucking awesome. Everybody mute up real quick. Let's watch this together. Artemis, if you don't know, they're going to, circle the moon, basically, come back, 10-day trip. And this is the launch of that. If you missed it, here we go.
Water's flowing.
15.
And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7. RS-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next
sweet.
great voyage begins.
Pretty fucking sweet.
Good roll pitch. Roger, roll pitch.
Here, Roger.
Houston,
You got a lot of lizards on the space station.
The Artemis 2 mission around the moon.
Integrity, AMT high. AMT high.
Pretty fucking sweet.
Integrity passes the alternate MECO. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on the 4 main engines. Space Launch System core stage. Integrity,
Man, I bet that's
40
loud as
miles
fuck.
in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
God, can you imagine being in the fucking cockpit of that bitch? Fucking.
Mission elapsed time, passing 1 minute, approaching max Q.
On, pumps fully on. Stan, we have you loud
And I'm gonna play it until they get into space, because there is a shot where you can see, it's basically
Communication
like,
signal transfer
above the
confirmed as
stratosphere or
Integrity and
whatever.
its crew go supersonic. Approaching 90
Supersonic.
seconds into the Artemis 2 mission. Integrity is 14 miles in altitude, 8 miles downrange, traveling more than 2,600 miles per hour.
That's fucking wild.
One minute 50 seconds of mission elapsed time, standing by for main engine throttle down to 85%, ahead of solid rocket booster separation expected at the 2-minute 9-second mark. We see throttle down.
85%.
Confirmed separation. Main engine's throttling up, guidance converged.
Man, that could be a rocket ship. Nah, you straight up got a dick on your chest.
Integrity, guidance
Look at that.
converged, performance nominal, upper stage RCS ready.
That's fucking awesome.
Copy all, Stan.
And there's one more shot of it when they're just a little bit further
Integrity,
out.
SM priming complete. SM priming complete.
2 minutes 45 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. Thrusters on Integrity and upper stage confirmed in a ready state ahead of service module fairing separation.
That's fucking crazy.
3 minutes into the flight. Integrity 49
It's like a roller
miles in
coaster.
altitude, 78 miles downrange.
Look at that
Now
shit.
passing 5,000 miles per hour.
It's flat. Look, it's flat. You can clearly see. That's pretty badass, y'all. Okay, so I'll stop it there. I just figured while we were waiting for Taco Tits to show up, we'd take a look at that in case anybody missed it. Anyway, what's up, Hoodlum?
Oh, not much, Tim. I just saw that you were on. I wanted to say hi.
Yeah,
Been
what's
a
up?
minute. Nothing. Just wanted to say
You
hi.
watching the press conference with us?
I'm waiting. Yeah, it's 25 minutes out.
Yeah, I figured I'd get going early. Either everybody shows up or nobody shows up, but I'll still be here.
What do
press
you think
conference.
it's going to cover?
Well, I mean, he said it's about Iran, but who fucking knows what he's going to say? I mean, toss a coin. With this dude, you
Yeah.
don't know.
There might be something in reference to NATO.
Yeah, I saw that in Polymarket. There were people betting on that it would be about NATO. But from my understanding, he said that it would be an announcement about Iran.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not going to surprise me if he wants to, pull out of NATO. But he can't do it without Congress. We learned this
Yeah.
morning. So, but he'll do whatever he wants because he thinks he's a dictator.
I don't think so.
He thinks so.
No, I think that we live in, a country where largely I think that Congress doesn't really do their job.
Or you just don't agree with the job that they do.
No, I don't think that they're making the laws. I don't think they're representing the people. I think that to a large degree, their outsourcing of their authority is the reason why we have so many issues in this country.
Outsourcing their authority to who?
The administrative class.
Well, Chevron deference ruling took care of that, did it not?
Well, you would think that it would have. I mean, I think that when you look at like the fact that many of our past laws, legislations need to be amended, that really hasn't happened, right? So, I spent some time in length talking about that this morning, just talking about how it's not necessarily about left or right; it's just about a failure of Congress. It doesn't really matter what side they're on.
A failure of them to do what?
Have laws that actually are specific enough to remove the, supposed administrative class of unelected bureaucrats that we the people don't necessarily have the ability to remove.
I mean, that's what voting is for.
Yeah, but you don't
The American
vote.
people are going to have to wake up and stop electing people like Trump, like Nancy Pelosi, like Chuck Schumer. They're going to have to stop. That's the only benefit I see of Trump, is that he's got everybody fed up with government and wanting to change.
Yeah. I mean, arguably, it's not just Donald Trump using executive orders. If you look at, like, say, the past 4 administrations, they all have used executive orders in a way that I think presses the constitutionality of what they do, only because Congress isn't, like, acting, right?
I mean, no. They choose to do executive orders. They have the ability to direct agencies to do things. And when a president steps out of line, there's supposed to be checks and balances there to make sure that you rein them back in. Donald Trump has done it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And he threatens people. He engages in corruption. He gooses the stock market. He tells people he's going to make statements before he makes them so that they go out and buy a bunch of stocks. He's fucking insider trading right in front of everybody's face. Like, is this the only alternative that we have to, like, a shitty government, is corruption?
Well,
You know?
I mean, there's all kinds of people that follow Nancy Pelosi's trades, and have a much higher return rate on, whether they didn't. And I mean, this has been going on for a long time,
Yeah.
right?
In the Republican
Okay.
Party, too.
Both. Yeah, and this is I'm not saying, but if you look at
Is Trump pushing to make that illegal at all? Has he talked to Mike Johnson or the Republican
Yeah.
Party to get that done?
Yes.
He has? Where?
Yes. Well, it was in his State of the Union address.
Where's the legislation?
I would imagine it's in committee.
In committee, being held up by...
I don't know.
So you're just assuming.
Well, he brought it up. Yeah.
While he insider trades himself. Or does Donald Trump want to stop that so that the only source of insider trading that they can get is from him?
Well, I think that, when you look at rights, like, you don't give up your rights when you become a representative, nor do you give up rights when you become president. But I guess the question is like, would you have an expectation of a third party to then take over your investments and assets for the appearance of accountability while you were in term?
If you're president, you should have to divest from everything.
Well, you do realize that Donald Trump...
You shouldn't be a wealthy person and be president.
But you do realize Donald Trump doesn't own anything. It's all in a trust, right?
You realize Donald Trump has made billions of dollars as president?
No, he hasn't. That's
he has.
incorrect.
Yeah.
Personally?
His family, his friends, his businesses. Absolutely, this dude is making money hand over fist. His fucking crypto. The guy is making money hand over fist. What are you talking about? He doesn't actually own it. It's in assets. That's what they all do. That's what all the billionaires do.
Yeah, so they
That's
work
how they
within
avoid
a trust.
taxes.
Yeah, they work within a trust as the trustee.
Yeah, the
Right.
presidents
They have beneficiaries.
should not, in my opinion, they should be fucking paupers and live off of what we give them for the rest of their lives. That's what I think. Because the risk of corrupting them, like your FBI agents can't have dirt, they can't have dirty pasts, they can't have certain psychological issues like narcissism and shit like that make them more susceptible to, have somebody like pander to them and say good boy, and then they get taken. Right? We have this for these other agencies, but not for the presidency. It's weird. Or Congress, for that
Well,
matter.
I guess the question then would be, like, what kind of people would then run for said office if you're
People.
going to neuter them and the abilities to conduct themselves like everyone else?
But they're not there for themselves. They're there for the people, right? That's why you serve. You don't serve to serve yourself. You serve to serve the country, to do a service. That's what you're
Well,
supposed to be there for.
But I mean, it's this argument where, you know, if I'm an employer, right? Like, I need to be competitive in the market to get good people, right? And so if I'm going to alienate a large group of candidates based on criteria, like, is that ensuring that I'm getting the best candidates?
Yes.
How so?
Yes. Well, look at the presidents that we've had. How many of them were great?
Not a lot.
The system that we have now has brought us really shitty presidents over and over again that work for the same class of people. It's time to fix that. We need regular people, like regular Americans, in there to make these decisions.
We have a long list of presidents that end up in pine boxes that want to do away with, like, the Federal Reserve, for example.
Okay, that I'm not sure what that has to do with what we were talking about.
Well, it's this idea that, you know, he controls the money. I shall not concern myself who makes the laws, right?
Well, I mean, sure, it's all smoke and mirrors theater at that point. But I mean, again, why would you want to put somebody in power that wants to do for himself?
Well,
That's not what they're supposed to be running for.
Well, I don't think that somebody shouldn't be able to, like, be successful. Like, I think I would want somebody that would prove to be successful in their life to then represent me, because that would give me confidence that they make good decisions, right? Like, what is the definition of somebody that's a good leader if they haven't led?
I mean, you'd have to find that out on the campaign trail, right? That's why we have campaigns.
Let's look at Ramaswamy, right? Like, that guy, he's smart, he's well spoken, you know, he did okay on the campaign trail, but, you know, there was something about him that didn't resonate with the people, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, the guy's an idiot.
You don't like him?
No, he was an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you can be intelligent and not be good at leading. You could be a great leader of a company and be a shit president, because it depends on your motivations. You know, what motivates you. If you're a billionaire, I don't want you as president, because you cannot possibly in any way whatsoever represent people. You can't. It's not possible. If you're a very wealthy person, you're a CEO, you've been fucking wealthy basically your whole life, you can't represent people. You can't do what's best for everybody else, because you will always find a way to do what's best for you.
So how do you really know, like, somebody's intentions?
I mean, you never really know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, real quick, Mist has been trying to say something. Mist, jump in there. What's up?
Yeah, I've got a question. What is your biggest problem with Trump as president? What is his biggest bill that you've seen passed that you're just so against?
His bill that he's passed?
One bill, a bill. What is your biggest problem with Trump?
His attitude. Yeah, his attitude, his selfishness, his narcissism, the fact that he's a Russian plant, the fact that every move that this man makes has benefited to date Russia and not the American people. The motherfucker ran on being a peace president, not going to war, and here we are. We're about to listen to a press conference allegedly about the war that he chose to start. I mean, the list goes on and on, man.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, would it be a safe statement to say that based on our financial system and what we did to the assets and or the funding of the IRGC, like, their economy was bankrupt in December?
No, what was the first part of that?
Like, we as the United States, the Treasury, specifically what Scott Bessent said in the cabinet meeting the other day, was that effectually what we have done during the first, 13 months of the presidency of Donald J. Trump, we effectuated the complete collapse of Iran's economy financially.
What about it?
Well, I think that it's not so much the the boom booms dropping, Tim, that's more of a cleanup operation of what's left over. It was mainly the financial takedown of Iran and what funds them.
I mean, it's not the first time we've done that, though. We've done it many times, and we've been sanctioning them for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Right, but
point to them and look, they can't even take care of their own people. We did it in Venezuela. We did it in Cuba. We've done it in South America. We've done it all across the world. So, I guess I don't. Look, we destroyed your economy and hurt the people within it, and now we're unaliving you. What?
Maybe you're not seeing the bigger picture at play here. Like, if we're just going to watch the pawn and what moves it makes to find
I don't care about a bigger picture. I do not want to pay tax dollars while simultaneously these motherfuckers tell us that we don't have money for SNAP, we don't have money for Medicaid, we don't have money for education, we don't have money for fucking health care, and yet we got $200 billion that he can pull right out of our asses and go and unalive little girls in a fucking school and destroy somebody's country. I don't want to fund that.
The reason why we didn't have money for SNAP is because the Democrats held the American people hostage.
No, I'm talking about the rhetoric from Republicans that we don't ever have money for anything. We don't have money for anything. They always say, oh, waste, fraud, and abuse, waste, fraud, and abuse. Let's go and unalive little girls over in this country we don't like. Like this
it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with whether we like them or not. It's the fact that they are disrupting the regional security of the GCC countries, holding them hostage. 100%.
No, they're not. That's a lie.
Well, then, why are all the GCC countries on our side and the ones that ask us to do what we're doing?
Because we pay them. We've been paying them for a long time, man. We had to pay people to not be upset with Israel. And we've been doing it ever since. You know how many billions of dollars we give, like Egypt, for example? How many presidents have gone over and sucked the cocks of every fucking person in Saudi Arabia in order to make sure that we get a good price on oil? Like, why are we beholden to these countries and y'all are mad because somebody else over there who was a founding member of OPEC, by the way, is not aligned with that?
Well, it's weird, Tim, because, it's almost like we made a security deal with them in 1972, and then we became the largest oil-producing country in the world. We have more oil in the United States.
To what end?
We have more oil in the United States that we produce, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined.
Okay. And yet?
And I think that what you're looking at is the power structure shift in the world. It is no longer European money and power that's conducting and deciding how things work. Mm-hmm. No, it's the Middle East.
No, it's Russia.
It's the Middle East.
No, Donald Trump is trying to help Russia. All of this stuff helps Russia. Yeah.
Okay, I'll bite. Go ahead. How is that happening?
What do you mean? Bro lifted the sanctions on Russia that we've had there for a long time because they've been engaged in as much espionage as possible. In the 80s, we had a fucking KGB defector come out and tell us that they had a long-term plan to make it so that the people in the United States couldn't tell what was true or false, what was fake or what was, fact. And he said that was the goal. And here we are. Donald Trump was the culmination of that. You've got a Russian plant in the White House, and you're over there cheering it on. It's weird. Bunny, what's up?
I have a quick question. I'm not an expert on the oil we have or anything, but isn't the oil that we produce not oil that we have the equipment or whatnot to actually refine or whatever it's called?
Well, we
like it's crude versus or something like that.
We have sweet crude.
Right.
It's sweet crude. And
right,
it's
which
actually
is domestic, right?
Yeah, it's very desirable around the world.
Around the world, but not domestic, locally as much, right?
Well, we're
Right.
designed to process like
Right.
heavy oil, like
But around
Canadian
the world,
sands and Venezuelan oil.
right?
Yeah, our
So we need
refineries
their
are.
oil.
Yeah, our refineries are set to refine their types of oil.
Right. Okay. That's what I had thought. But thank you. Just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, we could have, we could do that, but you still, the oil companies in the United States are going to sell to whoever's paying the most. So, barring, the U.S. taking over all oil production, nationalizing it on a federal level, and then setting a price, regardless of the global price of oil, barring that, it's, we're going to be paying whatever the global price is for oil. But see, this is another problem I have with Republicans is that I know they hear climate change and it makes their gut wrench or something. We would have been out of this problem. We started to get out of it under Jimmy Carter, and Ronald Reagan came in there and said, no, we're going to eat, drink, and bathe in oil. And so here we are. Now we're beholden, and now Hoodlum is using this as a reason why we need to, deal with whatever so that we can control whatever. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It's a self-inflicted wound.
Well, I think that what we're doing in Iran is basically, closing the door and locking it behind us when it comes to the failed empire of London, right? Like London is no longer going to dictate what America does. We are no longer going to carry the big stick for, the London banking system that thinks that they can control the United States, right? This is why we're bringing back the Monroe Doctrine. This is why we're making moves for the American First agenda, right?
I'd say is not real does a lot more of the dictating than any of the other countries
That's a
do
fact.
when it comes to the U.S.
So you think that 5 million people are going to control the United States of America?
I don't think they are going to.
They already
I think
do, man.
they actively do.
Well, I think that's a very hubris thought of yours.
I would love to live in the fairy tale land you do then.
I think that the actual truth is that if anything, like Israel is a capable ally that we use as a proxy to do the things that the United States can't politically.
Nonsense. They own us. What are you talking about?
So
Is there a law in Israel that says you can't boycott the United States, Hoodlum?
There's not a law that says you can't boycott Israel.
There are in states they won't allow you to be hired by, contracted by, or be employed by the state if you engage in boycotting Israel. We're now seeing military members get ejected from the military, punished, even going to prison in some cases for coming out and saying bad things about Israel. We have politicians going up in front of everybody talking about how they went in, like Ted Cruz, for example. His sole purpose to go into government was to make sure that Israel was taken care of. We got motherfuckers now. You ask these bitches, America first or Israel first, they won't answer. So yeah, it's a done deal. If you can't see that, it's not weird to you.
So I think that maybe you're falling into what a lot of people fell into in 1930s Germany. It's a very dangerous place to be, sir.
It's actually not a dangerous place to be. When you're pointing out facts, that's never a dangerous place to be, sir.
I would say if you wanted to compare it to those times, we would also be on the side that was hiding and protecting the ones being targeted. We wouldn't be on the side that's going around and actually helping.
So let me ask you, if it was between Israel existing and the United States existing, could they both exist?
They both currently exist.
If you want my honest opinion, I don't think either should.
At least not the way they are now. I mean, Hoodlum, you already said that the United States can't go on as it is, right?
No, I think that we're removing the overlaid system of like a false capitalist system that was brought in 1913. That's my take.
A false system brought what? So the system that exists here in this country can no longer exist, right?
No, it's my position that in the early 1900s, specifically with the rising of American power, the English Empire knew that they did not have a strong enough navy to go ahead and beat the United States and Germany at the same time, and they elected to subjugate the power of the United States through the financial system with the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, and followed by the 16th Amendment that was never ratified to tax the labor of the people. 100%.
Yeah, so ignore the country that has some kind of control over our politicians because Federal Reserve.
I don't really believe in a system of usury where the profits of the people are extracted.
Guess who does that, hoodlum? And guess who gets kicked out of everywhere they go because of usury?
Yeah, and they also have a thing called jubilees as well in the ancient world, and that's the one thing that we haven't.
We don't
had.
live in the ancient world, hoodlum. We live in today.
But we do work off of systems that were created in the ancient world. The Venetian banking system that was adopted by the Dutch, that was introduced to the British, which is now the system that we have today. So it is relevant.
No, I don't disagree with you that the way our usury is set up, that it could continue. It has to stop. I don't disagree with you there. But I do disagree with the notion that the very people that set these things in motion, the thing you're talking about right there, that they aren't also a problem. They're literally the reason all of this exists, hoodlum.
5 on your side, Bricky.
I think that I think that it's coming on right now. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I'm coming in.
Okay. I think that to the politicians and to the people of power, saw this as an opportunity for them to get more power, and so it was beneficial to them to create a problem cause solution scenario where we instituted a central bank, which our founding fathers were adamantly against. Hamilton specifically. So was Madison.
Weren't they also Freemasons?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin was a double agent and led us astray in many, many ways.
Yeah, so besides like messing up Europe, right? Fucking up just Europe in general isn't going to get rid of the money from them. It's not. It's a global thing. Like they did it on purpose so that you can't do that. You'll have to literally set up something else to replace it, and then you'll just have the same problem because somebody else is. It's like we can't let them benefit, but we're going to benefit. Who's those people? I think, right? It'll be the same thing. It's just different group of people.
Yeah. Okay. He just came out, so I'm gonna mute up.
Well, I'm live on the White House's website, and it's not. Well, that's weird. It's literally on the White House website, motherfucker. All right. Well, let's go to YouTube here. What channel are you on? See, this guy can't get anything. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm on some local Channel 5 or something.
Oh, there's a little bit of a delay. Okay, go ahead and mute. Go ahead and mute because I can hear you. It's going to fuck with me.
My fellow Americans, good evening. Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA. Successful launch of Artemis 2. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket.
What the fuck is going on here? Hold on. I'm going to find something else. That just keeps cutting up. Son of a bitch. Yeah, that's. Can you guys hear it? Because I don't hear shit.
No, I don't hear it.
You can hear it?
No.
No,
Okay,
not
hold
at
on.
all.
I got. All right, I'm finding it.
Number
This is
one
literally
state
the White
sponsor.
House YouTube. Here we go.
Their leaders,
All right.
most of them, terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch
Now, hold
missiles
on,
and
let me
drones
move
is
this over.
dramatically curtailed,
like few
and their
people have ever
weapons
seen.
factories and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks. Our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did in taking
Wait,
the
y'all
country
can't
of
see that?
Venezuela in a matter of minutes.
Motherfucker.
That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during my first term, we have by far the strongest military anywhere in the world. And now we're working along with Venezuela and are, in a true sense, joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas, the second largest reserves on Earth after the United States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help our allies. Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the
Epstein
safety
Fury.
of America and the security of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years. Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people
What the
never
fuck?
seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead. For these terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen, and neither should any of our past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term. He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb, and he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash, green cash. Took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., and Maryland, all the cash they had. He flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran, and they would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. Would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts. Had I not terminated that terrible deal, I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible, and they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I've traveled to Dover Air Force Base.
With Ben?
It's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, the husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, please, sir, please finish the job. Every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we're #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. #1, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And #2, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came down a little bit, but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought, but we had to take that little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible, they are getting so much more money than they thought just from the great, big, beautiful bill.
He's a fucking liar.
Our economy is strong and improving by the day, and it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. In the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated with the B-2 bombers have been hit so hard that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't leave the power, strength, and brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing. The brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before. May God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, and good night.
Thank God that's
And there you
over.
have
So-
President Trump
so he
addressing
he said
American
nothing.
people tonight in prime time, talking about the war.
He said
Literally nothing.
absolutely nothing. It was like a long-form social, true social post.
Saying that
Like,
Iran's
literally.
Navy is gone, their air force is in ruin.
April Fools.
I like.
Thought he was gonna say something.
You know, I'd even wondered if he would do that, but I thought for sure he'd give us information. So before we go on, because I'm sure we have a lot to say about this, let me just read something real quick. I'm going to read something that's a lot more interesting than that fucking word vomit shit that came out of that dude's mouth. Right here. Iran sent a little letter right before Trump's speech. So let's read this shit together. I don't know what it says. I haven't read it yet. I just pulled it up earlier. In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful, to the people of the United States of America, and to all those who, amid a flood of distortions and manufactured narratives, continue to seek the truth and aspire to a better life. Iran, by its very name, character, and identity, is one of the oldest continuous civilizations in human history. Despite its historical and geographical advantages at various times, Iran has never, in its modern history, chosen the path of aggression, expansion, colonialism, or domination. Even after enduring occupation, invasion, and sustained pressure from global powers, and despite possessing a military superiority over many of its neighbors, Iran has never initiated a war. Yet it has resolutely and bravely repelled those who have attacked it. The Iranian people harbor no enmity toward other nations, including the people of America, Europe, or other neighboring countries. Even in the face of repeated foreign interventions and pressures throughout their proud history, Iranians have consistently drawn a clear distinction between governments and the peoples they govern. This is a deeply rooted principle in Iranian culture and collective consciousness, not a temporary political stance. For this reason, portraying Iran as a threat is neither consistent with historical reality nor with present-day observable facts. Such a perception is the product of political and economic whims of the powerful, the need to manufacture an enemy in order to justify pressure, maintain military dominance, sustain the arms industry, and control strategic markets. In such an environment, if a threat does not exist, it is invented. Within this same framework, the United States has concentrated the largest number of its forces, bases, and military capabilities around Iran, a country that, at least since the founding of the United States, has never initiated a war. Recent American aggressions launched from these very bases have demonstrated how threatening such a military presence truly is. Naturally, no country confronted with such conditions would forego strengthening its defensive capabilities. What Iran has done, and continues to do, is a measured response grounded in legitimate self-defense and by no means an initiation of war or aggression. Relations between Iran and the United States were not originally hostile, and early interactions between the Iranian and American people were not marred with hostility or coup d'etat, an illegal American 1953 tension. The turning point, however, was the intervention aimed at preventing the nationalization of Iran's own resources. That coup disrupted Iran's democratic process, reinstated dictatorship, and sowed deep distrust among Iranians toward U.S. policies. This distrust deepened further with America's support for the Shah's regime. Its backing of Saddam Hussein during the imposed war of 1980s, the imposition of the longest and most comprehensive sanctions in modern history, and ultimately unprovoked military aggression twice in the midst of negotiations against Iran. Yet all these pressures have failed to weaken Iran. On the contrary, the country has grown before the Islamic, 30% stronger in many areas. Literacy rates have tripled from roughly today. Higher education has expanded dramatically. Significant 90% revolution to over advances have been achieved in modern technology. Healthcare services have improved, and infrastructure has developed at a pace and scale incomparable to the past. These are measures, observable realities that stand independent of fabricated narratives. At the same time, the destructive and inhumane impact of sanctions, war, and aggression on the lives of the resilient Iranian people must not be underestimated. The continuation of military aggression and recent bombings profoundly affect people's lives, attitudes, and perspectives. This reflects a fundamental human truth. When war inflicts irreparable harm on lives, homes, cities, and futures, people will not remain indifferent towards those responsible. This raises a fundamental question. Exactly which of the American people's interests are truly being served by this war? Was there any objective threat from Iran to justify such behavior? Does the massacre of innocent children, the destruction of cancer treatment pharmaceutical facilities, or boasting about bombing a country, quote, back to the Stone Ages serve any purpose other than further damaging the United States' global standing? Iran pursued negotiations, reached an agreement, and fulfilled all its commitments. The decision to withdraw from that agreement, escalate towards confrontation, and launch two acts of aggression in the midst of negotiation were destructive choices made by the U.S. government, choices that served the delusions of a foreign aggressor. Attacking Iran's vital infrastructure, including energy and industrial facilities, directly targets the Iranian people. Beyond constituting a war crime, such actions carry consequences that extend far beyond Iran's borders. They generate instability, increase human and economic costs, and perpetuate cycles of tension, planting seeds of resentment that will endure for years. This is not a demonstration of strength. It is a sign of strategic bewilderment and an inability to achieve a sustainable solution. Is it not also the case that America has entered this aggression as a proxy for Israel, influenced and manipulated by that regime? Is it not true that Israel, by manufacturing an Iranian threat, seeks to divert global attention away from its crimes toward the Palestinians? Is it not evident that Israel now aims to fight Iran to the last American soldier and the last American taxpayer dollar? Shifting the burden of its delusions onto Iran, the region, and the United States itself in pursuit of illegitimate interests. Is America First truly among the priorities of the U.S. government today? I invite you to look beyond the machinery of misinformation, an integral part to this aggression, and instead speak with those who have visited Iran. Observe the many accomplished Iranian immigrants educated in Iran who now teach and conduct research at the world's most prestigious universities or contribute to the most advanced technology firms in the West. Do those realities align with the distortions you are being told about Iran and its people? Today, the world stands at crossroads. Continuing along the path of confrontation is more costly and futile than ever before. The choice between confrontation and engagement is both real and consequential. Its outcome will shape the future for generations to come. Throughout its millennia of proud history, Iran has outlasted many aggressors. All that remains of them are tarnished names in history, while Iran endures resilient, dignified, and proud. And then we had that dotard turd face speaking versus this Iranian message to the American public. And everything they fucking said in that was absolutely 100% true.
I have a question for you, Tim.
Yep.
So during the 60 Minutes interview with Ms. Harris, she was asked what was the largest security threat to the United States. Her response was Iran. So my question to you is, the person that you voted for presidency had the same outlook as Donald Trump when it comes to this IRGC regime, right? So if Kamala Harris thought what Donald Trump thought, which was that Iran, the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world, cannot get a boom boom, then, like, I don't know, what is wrong with what Donald Trump said? Because at the end of the day, words are only words if you're not willing to take action.
Well, let me show you. And this is why Democrats also have to wake up. Right here. There you go. I don't need to say any more, do I? There is a nation that controls this country, and how they do it and why these people get ingratiated with this shit, I don't know. But that's right. Why right there? They have been towing the Israeli they've been carrying the water for Israel for a long time now, and it's got to fucking stop. The next president needs to be somebody willing to actually go to war with Israel, because they are our enemy. They are destroying this country, and if we don't stop them, they will suck every fucking last bit of dignity and goodness that ever existed in this country. If ever there was any goodness, Israel will suck it right out of us for their own means.
So are you then going to say that Israel is the one who chose Miss Harris to be the candidate then?
Sadly, the parties themselves are also taken. Why do you think both the fucking DNC put old fuckboy against Mamdani? The DNC didn't want Mamdani.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why his ass turned into an independent, because these are establishment characters. But the old guard has to go, and I think it's going away. I think it's going the way of the dodo bird. It's not going to last long because people are waking the fuck up. We're watching over 20,000 children that's reported, and I'm sure that it's more than that, were unalived by that fucking regime over there. The same one that captured Kamala, the same one that captured fucking every president that we know of. The last president willing to stand up against them had his brains splattered across the back seat of a fucking car.
Would you then say that the United States should take these said individuals out and unalive them, just like Iran did?
Well, no, that's not how we operate here, is it, Hoodlum?
Well, I don't know. I mean, because you
just
don't
like
seem to
Jonathan
have a problem.
Pollard. Just like Jonathan Pollard, whenever he was busted stealing secrets from the United States, what did we do?
We put them in jail.
That's
Tim.
right. Yep. Criminal investigations. That's right. That's what you do. You ain't got
So why would you-
ain't got to act
why
like the
would-
very people that you're trying to prevent.
But why
from
would you
fucking your
stand
country
with? Why would you stand with an organization that unalived 40,000 of their own people when they try to take their country back? That's the part.
That's
that I don't
actually
get.
not true. That's a lie.
That's propaganda.
Yeah, well, not only is that number far higher than what it is, I think it's actually more like 2,000-3,000 people. Because if you go back through it, you'll see 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. They just keep changing the number. It's whatever serves them in that moment. I'm going to pull up Mike Pompeo's tweet. Mike Pompeo admitted that Mossad was in the fucking crowd of protesters. Israel sent their intelligence agents into the fucking streets. So when the Iranian government is starting to be taken over, just like the United States government, what do you think they're going to do to people trying to take it over? What do you think the United States would do if armed motherfuckers in the streets were starting to attack police? What do you think would happen, Hoodlum?
I would say that we would use non-lethal means.
Bullshit. What are you talking about? I seen a motherfucker. He reached down to grab his sweatpants while he's crawling across the floor of a fucking carpeted hallway at a motel room. And he got gunned down about 6 or 7 bullets in his back.
Are you talking about Pretty?
No, this was many years ago. My point is that it wasn't even armed. He wasn't even armed. Didn't matter. He was reaching. And you're telling me that somebody that has arms and are trying to overthrow the government, you're telling me the U.S. government wouldn't gun them down without a thought? Of course they would.
Well, I'm just a little confused, Tim, because imagine a world where this conflict doesn't take place, right? Iran gets a boom boom and then decides to close the Strait of Hormuz because of whatever reason they say. And the world is in the same exact position now, right? But the difference is
Hoodlum,
that
imagine a world.
all GCC countries.
Imagine a world, Hoodlum, where you go and you rob a store and then you unalive the clerk. If we allowed you to do that, Hoodlum, think of the horror. If we're just going to make shit up and bring up hypotheticals that haven't happened, that's my point. Neither did they.
Okay,
so you can't use that as an argument. You're like pre-criming the shit out of this. This isn't Minority Report.
No. It's not pre-crime. Listen.
Yes, it is. What if they get and then do this and then do that? That's called a hypothetical.
It's very real. No, it's very real, Tim. Because let me give you I'm going to give you an example. So we enrich uranium here in the United States, specifically in Arizona. But do we do it under 300 feet in a mountain? The answer is no, Tim. We don't.
Do we have mountainous things that we put underground, sir?
Not enriching uranium.
Yeah,
that's not one of them.
I know for a fact that we do because I've been in them. Matter of fact, they're so big. They're so big you can drive multiple semi trucks into them.
But we don't enrich uranium underground under a mountain.
I don't know where we enrich uranium.
Well, what would
why would okay? Is that like the baseline? If you enrich it above ground, that's totally fine. But if you go underground, you go underground to enrich uranium, and you have a problem with that?
Yeah,
you think it should just be out in the open?
They're trying to hide it from who? The United States of America.
Of course, they would try to hide any kind of enrichment. But they haven't done any of that since 2003. They've had a religious fatwa against nuclear weapons. Their religious leader, the one that was just unalived, is the one that issued that and said their religion does not allow them to obtain and or even use a nuclear weapon. I didn't make that up.
Well, then, can I ask you a question? Seriously, I have watched you on so many lives. I have been with you on panels. Do you honestly sit here and believe the shit that this president says? And can you honestly believe that you can believe anything that this administration says when they are so blatantly unprofessional, and they did Signal. They put the shit out on the Signal channel app. You're twisting so hard every panel that I see to make sense of what this whatever the fuck we
So
want to call it.
listen. I have children, and I
I have
understand.
grandchildren, Hoodlum.
Great.
I have
Then
children. I have grandchildren.
you should want their world to be just as safe as the one that you were brought into.
Hoodlum.
Except our world is much less safe. Hoodlum.
What? Because they
person-
live differently.
The
Stop.
person that you voted for said otherwise.
Oh, you know what? And
bullshit.
I disagree with her. I disagree with her. But see, the difference between you and me is that I can say I disagree with my candidate or my president. You can't. Everything that he tells you, you think that is the truth.
No, it's not that at all.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is,
No, it's
because you
not.
twist so hard to create a narrative
Okay,
that Donald Trump is telling you the truth.
MBW.
Iran was never a threat.
Hold on. I don't know
Iran
if that's.
was never a threat.
What do you want me to call you? MBW? Is that what you want me to? Or
Call me Wendy. Wendy, you've heard my name, Wendy.
Okay, Wendy. So, are you saying that the proxies of Iran, the Hezbollah? Well, no, hold on. Let me finish. The Hezbollah H group and the Houthis. You're saying that Iran is not the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world? Is that what you're saying?
No,
They are not.
Okay, so
what I am saying,
why
what
is
I
it
am
that
saying
everyone
to
else
you-
agrees with that except for you? And I have a sneaking suspicion it's because if you admit that Iran and the IRGC is the largest state sponsor of terror in the world, then you would also then have to say that what Donald Trump did is also good for the world, and you can't never ever do that.
Hoodlum, they are not the largest state sponsor of terrorism. That's nonsense talking point. You're just repeating something that Donald Trump told you and other people who are taken by Israel. The difference is that we aren't shills for this country, Israel. They're the ones that came up with that, and they've been saying this shit for 40 years, my entire life.
You are talking.
And it's never been true.
I see.
Hold up. You are taking the word of a country that we give so much money per day in order to finance what they'll tell you.
So
And you have a president. Wait a minute. You have a president that is not acting like a president, because he is been known that name a price and I will give you what you want. Say something nice about me and you can have whatever you want.
A cool story,
And to
but
you
the
guys-
reality
to
is
you guys,
that's
wait a minute,
not.
To you guys,
the
that
case.
looks powerful. No, to you guys, that looks powerful. He's strong. He's this. No, he's not. He's a smooth-brained orange fuckwad that if you say, you know what, you're really smart and you're really good and you're this. We want this. Oh, okay, because you said something nice to me. Well, it's $2 million. Okay, so here's $2 million. Oh, here you go. That's the type
Here's
of
a
president
pardon.
we have. That deal that Obama made.
so-
That deal that Obama made.
Let me
with
just say.
Iran, they were
Let me
living
just say
up to.
this: before Donald Trump even came along, it was very well known and understood, established knowledge that the deal that Barack Obama made with Iran was to slow them down. It was never to prevent them from getting a boom boom. Okay.
And see, they should have ignored that agreement and they should have just built the nuclear weapon, but they didn't.
I would have.
Well, Marco Rubio
They should
gave a
have gotten
speech.
one because this wouldn't
I
be
didn't want to
happening
hear
right
about
now.
Marco Rubio, Hoodlum.
I have a quick question for Hoodlum if someone else can jump in.
Sure, and I was going to get to Chip after
And yeah,
that, but
I'll
go
be
ahead,
real
Nadia.
quick. I'm wondering if he's going to run because I'll be real quick. Hi, Hoodlum.
I'm not a runner.
What's your name? How should I address you?
You can just call me Hoodlum.
I'm not a runner, but you can call me Hoodlum. Okay. So my question is, name an Iranian terrorist. I'll wait.
I can't pronounce that. Soleimani.
He wasn't a terrorist.
He made and manufactured IEDs that were used in both theaters of conflict in Iraq and Afghanistan.
So did Israel. And in fact, they detonated multiple explosives, IEDs, in fact, all across multiple countries and unalived innocent civilians. And they've been doing that for years.
Second follow-up question. Does Israel have nuclear weapons?
They do.
Yeah, and yet they didn't sign the non-proliferation agreement. They don't allow any inspectors in there. And they have stated that if they are on the losing end of something, they will use their nuclear weapons. They're actually more dangerous to this world than any other nation on Earth, as it sits.
I think that the GCC countries, right, that had nothing to do with the Epic Fury campaign were attacked. Their citizens were attacked. Civilian targets were hit. And, you and people like you, will bring up the school endlessly over and over and over again. Like we, the United States, are this great evil, but yet you completely...
We are a great evil.
The other way. You look the other way when Iran does it. So, at what point in time...
Iran didn't do it.
When you wake up in the morning, do you say, you know what, I'm going to simp really good for the IRGC today?
Iran didn't do what you just...
You're going to simp for Trump's cock, apparently.
Well, Iran didn't do what you just said they did. They attacked strategic military bases in these countries. That's a fact. And in fact, those GCC countries are allowing the United States to launch attacks against Israel or against Iran. And they have every fucking right to attack them. They have every right to attack them.
Us because they, unlike you, are recognizing that Iran is not a good actor in the world.
Hoodlum, can you name one school that has been hit by Iran? Any. Just one.
They hit a desalination plant.
That's not a school.
I said school. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Do you go to school at a plant?
I'm pretty sure people like to drink water, Bunny.
Yeah. Oh, and do people go to school at plants? Is that where you would find mass amounts of children?
Well, I think that...
Mass amounts of the next generation. Mass amounts of children, Hoodlum.
The
children. Not adults at work.
Oh, my gosh.
Children.
Yeah, so I think that to a large degree...
You're comparing children to adults, Hoodlum.
Well... Let me just
No, I'm sick of that bullshit. It's literally children that you are comparing to. It's literal children, not adults at a plant.
If you think that the IRGC values life, then I don't know what to tell you.
If you think the United States values life, I don't know what to tell you.
Can we hear from Chip before one of us loses our minds? Can someone else talk? I can't listen to this guy anymore.
Chip, go ahead.
Sound like a true fascist.
Oh my God.
You've been talking long enough. You had your turn. It's someone else's turn. Fascist.
I mean, he is the only opposition on the panel, to be fair. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I can't.
But
I
Chip,
can't
go
with
ahead.
these people.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know who's been following this closely. We're lucky to have the benefit of being on social media, but the information that's being passed along to the public in general is really vastly incomplete. And the impression that President Trump just gave the public is that the United States has overwhelmingly, destroyed the Iranian military and, set the country back all these years and has dominated the conflict. And that's just not the case. In fact, we have a situation where one of the major waterways that's used to transport a lot of the key resources, most notably oil, around the world is now compromised and is under the control of the very group that's supposedly been destroyed. So he's really just lying to the public, which is not unusual for him, but it's for something this important and this key. I saw a report earlier today that the Iranians confirmed that when they attacked a U.S. base in the UAE, that 139 U.S. soldiers were killed. or unalived. And that's not made it anywhere in the Western news at all. So I think the casualty figures are all completely, ridiculously underreported. This is the first war I've ever heard of where the casualty figures are considered classified. So it's literally a crime to report them publicly.
Chip, you know why that his tone has kind of changed, in my opinion? I don't know if you guys follow the Treasury, the 10-year yields on the Treasury. If you look at the yields on the Treasury, look at where they're at. The number where the 10-year Treasury is so bad right now. I mean, it's like, it's terrible for this country economically. You guys could just Google the 10-year Treasury right now yourself. The market, as soon as he finished speaking, tanked.
Yeah, it was all bullshit. I mean, he's been making these little statements to goose the market so his friends can make a bunch of money.
Well, no, if you listen to the words that came out of his thing, like he mentioned that the speech was supposed to be like about the U.S. winding down operations, right? But it was supposed to be about the war ending. That's what everybody was hopeful for in the market.
That's not what he said it was going to be about, though.
Right. Exactly. Me and you heard it. Like, instead, he said he's going to wipe out, he's going to do a bombing campaign that nobody's ever seen, putting him back into the Stone Age. So, I mean, the market tanked as soon as he said that. I don't know if you guys been following that.
Yeah, I think he was trying to, let's cheerlead, let's get it raw, let's be violent, because that's what the United States always does, is be violent to everything. I think that's what he was hoping for.
But what he said,
it's not going to work.
What he said about like other countries coming in and opening up the strait, when he said that, the 10-year yields jumped. I mean, you know what that means? That means people are selling U.S. bonds. They don't have faith in the U.S. government and the U.S. dollar anymore. They are selling the bonds, and the people that are holding the bonds are requesting a higher yield, and they want a higher return for the risk that they're taking, because the U.S. is considered a risky asset. I wouldn't be surprised if our credit rating falls in the near future. Just want to put that out there.
He doesn't give a shit. As long as he makes money, his friends make money. He goes around boasting.
I get it, but
he'll leave the presidency. The United States will be in fucking shambles. We'll have Hoovervilles, and this motherfucker be out there about, I was the best president ever. Look at all the housing that I built. And he'll point to a park with fucking cardboard boxes and shit where everybody's living, and call that the biggest housing boom in fucking U.S. history. But $10,000, you can get you a cardboard box over there.
But watching the bonds market is really why, if you watch when he did the tariffs thing, the reason he pulled back from the tariffs thing was because of the bonds market. The reason he's pulling back on this is because of the bonds market.
Well, Chip knows more about that. I don't follow the bonds market. I'd really just,
Chip, do you follow that stuff?
Yeah, I'm sure
I
he
was just
does.
checking the chart. I just popped over and checked the charts while we were talking. So the 30-year bond, which I just checked the 30-year bond futures, they're down slightly. They've been trending lower. And
I look at the 10-year.
Yields and bonds move inversely, for those who don't know. So the reason why they go down in value is because when the U.S. dollar is being printed, or increasing the float of money, the value of each unit of currency goes down. So if I borrow, somebody says lend me $10 and I'll pay you back in a year. Well, if a year later that $10 only buys $8 worth of stuff, are you excited about lending somebody $10? No, you're like, well, I want more interest, and that's why bonds are basically going, the way they're going. And countries, as they're learning that the U.S. is, being a rogue nation, are trying to divest themselves of U.S. debt, although there's a lot of it out there.
Yeah, the people don't have faith in the U.S. country, and that's why a lot of those people are selling off on the debt. I mean,
but that's we've been going that way for a while.
It's accelerated with these tariffs and all these, like the stuff that we're doing, become an isolationist country. These people outside, these other countries are like, why are we going to hold your debt? England, Japan, our closest allies, are selling our fucking debt.
Yeah, it's just real quickly though. The key thing on the charts that matters more than anything right now is the price of oil, obviously. And so during the speech, the price jumped up another $3.75. It's up over $103 a barrel again. Our economy can't take oil above $90 a barrel. Just can't work. The sweet spot is about 60 to 70 bucks. Anything over 90, I mean, the diesel prices alone for truckers and for shipping, they just can't handle $5 plus diesel. Just their numbers don't work. The entire system collapses.
So, hey, Chip, I have a question for you. So while you make that statement, did you have that same energy in March of 2022 when we put sanctions on Russian oil, effectuating $135 a barrel oil in the global market? I'm just curious because the last 2 years of the Biden administration had the same exact thing happen that you just said, but we were all told by the Democrats and people like yourselves that supposedly know a thing or two that we needed to suck it up for the better good. Isn't that what you said there, Chip?
No, I didn't say that at all at that time.
That's not why oil went up, Hoodlum.
Hoodlum, the reason the oil went up was because of COVID. And
totally different circumstances.
And because of the trade embargo that we had during...
No. You're being disingenuous. I said March of 2022. The war started in February the 24th. And less than a week later, the United States, the Biden administration, put sanctions on Russian oil. And so
they shouldn't have.
I don't believe in sanctions. It helped China. It hurt the United States.
But oil, economy. even with sanctions, the cost of oil went back down, didn't it?
It was at $90 an hour for many, many months.
Yeah, when Trump came into office. It had leveled back out, did it not?
No, it was still high.
It didn't level out. It wasn't to a level that was workable.
No, I think that the argument
yes, it
here
was.
is no. The argument that Chip just said was the exact same thing that happened in March of 2022, and we were told that it was for the better good and that we all needed to suck it up because Russia was this great evil that needed to be defeated. And now all of a sudden, the same people like you, Chip, and this other gentleman down here are all just propagandists. For who? Who are you working for?
You don't. Hoodlum. You don't know who I am.
That's exactly what you're doing right now.
Oh, shut up, Hoodlum. You asking somebody else who they're working for, bitch? Let me tell you something. You sat and I fucking talked to your ass. You told me things aren't as they seem, Hoodlum. You went up on motherfucker's panel the other day, fucking glazing, sucking this dude's cock, and then you come up in this bitch in the comment section talk about, oh, liberal, let me up, I got something important to tell you, liberal. Oh, they've been coming after me for days. You sent me, motherfucking dumbass, you sent me a message telling me that they were coming after you and they were talking shit. I watched you either that day or the day before up there sucking that dude's dick. So who the fuck are you working for, Hoodlum? Huh? Who the fuck are you working for, bitch?
I work for Truth.
Who are you? Listen, you're a lying little shit. You are get the fuck out of here with that shit. You little, see, this is why I didn't want to let that little punk ass up in the first place. And I tell you what, you little motherfucker. Come up here questioning somebody else for that, you fucking... And all the shit that's going on with me, for the record, is because of that little punk bitch right there. And in that
Wait, what was the background?
Palling around with that fucking cunt, and neither one of them said a motherfucking word, bitch.
So I just want to say, I don't know who the guy is, and as a war veteran, I've lost a lot of friends in war, and I've had to bury a lot of my friends. I'm anti-war, whether it's Ukraine, whether it's Iran. I'm just completely anti-war. I don't want to see either people on either side dead, unalived. What do you want to? Whatever you. Sorry, I don't want to see anyone hurt on either side.
Same. Me too.
Motherfucker.
Yep.
I have never seen a person twist so hard like I have seen Hoodlum twist.
I want to know who that motherfucker's working for, because the guy is he's full of shit. This dude in a fucking Discord call, he told me he's doing research for a book that he's writing. He don't even believe the shit that he's saying. He goes around sucking somebody off on their fucking panel and turn around and come and tell me that the same fucking person that he was just up on the panel sucking off was coming after him and to let me up, Tim, let me up. Fucking, this dude is so full of shit. It just leaks out. He probably wears the same fucking diapers that Donnie does.
I know. Hoodlum will sell his soul to the first buyer on that day. So I don't know how many souls that motherfucker has. I can't stand it.
Let me just, right here, let me put this shit up. Tim, I've been followed and harassed by the bully known as Tapley for 3 fucking days. I'm done, and I've made it my new project to get the motherfucker banned. Just an FYI, I'm done with that dick-sucking MF. That's
Tapley?
That's Hoodlum. And in that bitch, same day or the day after, the day before, one of the two, I have to go look at the fucking video, is up there. Oh, Tapley, let me touch myself for you, Tapley. While he's sending these fucking messages. So, bitch, who are you working for?
I just want to say, anyone that supports this war, they lowered the standards for the military. Go join, go fucking serve in the war. Go be a patriot.
Yeah, I don't think he's too old. Hoodlum, if you're still listening, if you're 42 or under, you can go join. You can join the motherfucking army. They'll even let you in with the bone spur.
No, they'll take people under 50. What's his name? David Goggin went in under 50.
Motherfucker, come up here.
They're desperate. They'll give you a waiver for pretty much anything at this point.
What the fuck? These people on TikTok are fucking weird.
Well, if he can't serve, why don't he send his sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, whatever they can? I mean, be a patriot, man.
Yeah, if you believe so much in this war and so much.
Hey, Celestial, you go get fucked. How about that? I don't like his vulgar speech. And then bye, Felicia. Let the door hit you in the ass on your way out.
Try not to choke on his. Never mind.
Be nice. Be nice.
I mean, it says loudmouth. That was your first fucking clue.
Well, that's
like
why
it's in the name.
Yeah, I'm like
Hell, that's
look it.
That's one of them. Let's get them all riled up.
I am not the most educated person on things. I try, to speak on things that I know a little bit about. I come up here to learn. I come up here to voice my opinion. Hoodlum, man, I've never seen a person, like I said, I've seen motherfuckers on this app twist, but this guy just twists really, really hard, and I don't know what he thinks he's going to get out of it. I don't know what any of these people are going to get out of it.
I listen to him way more than I like to, because I'm often listening when Lib's doing his lives in the morning. And honestly, it felt really good to get a chance to just kind of yell at him a little bit, even if it was just a little bit. It was kind of nice. I enjoyed that.
Anyway, Nadine, welcome aboard. I haven't seen you in like 3 years. What's up?
No, it's been a long time because I'm just working, and then I got several. I have a new hobby. Yes, I'm trying to think how to say it so nobody gets in trouble. It's pew pew.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that last time you were up.
Yes, it was, and it's Pam Bondi's fault. I blame Pam Bondi.
Well, it's fun, isn't it?
It is fun, and it's my very expensive habit.
It can get expensive.
It is expensive, but I'm getting good at it, and So if we're going to be sending people to my house with no warrants, I say, go for it, babe.
Never know what's on the other side of the door.
You never do, and that's just the way that it's going to have to be. So.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
how
you
have
got to
you
do
been?
what you got to
What's
do.
new? What did I miss? I just popped up. I think as you were throwing them out.
Oh, Nadine, you missed her.
He was questioning like Chip and I guess Daly, but that dude has so many fucking weird things about him, and him questioning other people just triggered me because he's just full of shit. I don't think he believes half the shit he says. I don't know.
Well, and he was saying it was justified to attack Iran because they hit a plant versus, the school that was our fault.
I always bring this up. If you look at the history of the only people that have attacked the U.S. homeland, they were from Saudi Arabia. And not only that one American, Jamal Khashoggi, he was unalived by Saudi Arabia.
Crown Prince.
And nobody wants to talk about that.
Saudi's not the best ally, It really not the best.
If you look at who labeled Iran the number one state sponsor of terror, it was the U.S. State Department, who is closely aligned with Israel.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of hypocritical to call them the number one state sponsor of T when Saudi is the one that's conducted an attack on the U.S. homeland. Nothing goes through the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia without the Saudi royal family knowing about it or okaying it.
That's right.
And the fact that the UBL was a Wahhabi Sunni out of Saudi Arabia, his family is out of Saudi Arabia, and people don't even know the difference between Sunni and Shiite.
Yeah, it's a problem. People are ignorant.
Wahhabi people hate us more than anyone, even more than Shiites, and Wahhabis are out of Saudi Arabia.
I'm a Muslim and I can confirm that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And for anybody that doesn't understand the context of all of the trigger thing that just happened, it'd take too long to explain it. So just know that there's a reason for it. Dylan, what's up, man?
What's up, dude? How's it going?
Pretty good. We just watched the stupid shit, the in-face True Social post that he spoke aloud at the podium just now. Stupid, pointless, same shit.
Oh, was this having to do with the oil?
It's Iran. He's like, we're badass. We're like kicking their ass. No, really, guys, I swear. We got to deal with the nuclear problem that I just told you a couple of months ago we dealt with, but we're going to deal with it again because
we didn't deal with it the last time.
Right.
I really believe it has to do with the markets. He's trying to tame the markets or trying to do something with the markets. It's insider trading. We all fucking know it. And that's all that's happening.
Yeah, he's I'll end the war even if the Straits stay closed. I did a video when that came out, and I'm like, this guy's full of shit. He's doing this to goose the market so that his buddies make a bunch of money. Not a fucking hour later, I get in my feed, my news feed, Dow Jones jumps 1,000 points, and I'm like, and there you go. Now you watch, they're going to dig into it, and somebody would have, made a fucking $1 billion or something off of that. It's Martha Stewart right in front of your face, and nobody's doing anything about it.
I just think somebody told him that, dear Mr. President, the Dow changed its color coding. Red now means good, green now means bad, and down means up, and up means down.
I just posted a link in chat. If you guys go there, you could see the traffic through the strait live. And you see like 11 ships have passed, which is 7% of the global traffic that normally passes through the strait.
Oh my God.
And each ship that's passing through there is paying $2 million US, but in yuan to the Iranian government. So who's really making money off of this?
Well, it ain't us. I know that. Real
and we
quick,
pretty
Kara,
much
thank
told
you.
her-
Thank you for the donuts, Karen. Raw, raw. I think I missed some of you guys. Raw, raw, Brianna. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. Sorry, go ahead. man.
And we pretty much told our allies, we're not going to do anything about the strait. If you want it, you go get it. Think about that.
Right. You fuck it up, and then they're like, hey, it's on you now.
Well,
That's
the fact that we can't get them to open up the strait, what makes you think some little country is going to be able to get them to open up the strait? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Donald is just butthurt personally because I thought they would all come and help me because they all hate Iran. Good Lord, what the hell?
What was that?
That sounds like some
I
Candy
leveled
Crush
up.
shit.
I leveled up.
Delicious.
I leveled up.
Well, Trump didn't level up today. He just came out. That was so pointless. Like I
So
was
how long was it? How long of a thing was it?
30
About
minutes.
15. Yeah,
Maybe,
15,
yeah.
20. You know,
Not
here's
long.
the thing. I was watching it. I had to mute. I couldn't. His voice just irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah, I can't listen to him talk.
Yeah.
It's just I want to punch him in the mouth.
He didn't have that excitement.
Go ahead.
I was just saying he didn't have the same peppy tone that he normally does. You could see that the excitement from his face was kind of missing.
Did he say Vietnam was 19 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
What an idiot. What an absolute effing moron. Seriously.
Well, no, it technically was. It started in the
Yeah.
mid 50s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
like
50s
53 or
to
something.
72 or 73.
Yeah, because we of
That
course,
was active combat?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah.
not to the degree that you would think when you think back to the
U.S.
Vietnam War.
military
Right.
involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's but nobody really thinks of the initial when we first started putting troops in there because it was more of a trickle at that point.
I'll say this: the space shuttle launch was a lot more exciting than that shit.
Which we did get to see. I don't know if anybody missed it. I could play it again, at least the beginning part. But when was the massive surge, Nadine? What year was that? Like we were in there for what, 10 years or so before the big surge? 15 years?
I want to say it was in the early 60s, 63 or 64 is when they really just started drafting people like crazy.
So about 10 years or so, I guess.
Yeah, because I think it was 55 when they sent the first military advisors.
Right.
But you'd have to Wikipedia that. I don't know the exact dates, but we sent military advisors. Then they sent like the super duper helper troops that volunteer to go, and then they just drafted people left like tens of thousands.
Crazy.
So yesterday I was on another live for like about 2 hours talking to a mega guy trying to explain why the terrain of Iran, I don't know if you guys have looked at the topographical map of Iran, why the terrain of Iran is so disadvantageous, it's so bad for our troops to do any type of invasion, ground invasion.
Right. It's all
Air-
mountainous.
They're surrounded by mountains, all sides.
Yeah.
You can't do an amphib assault. You can't do a ground assault because tanks can't go through mountains. If you do an air assault, you parachute people in. They're sitting ducks because you're going to see them from a freaking parachute coming down slowly, slowly, slowly.
Yeah, I think it's similar to Afghanistan in that regard, right? With the terrain, the mountain.
Oh, no, I've been in Afghanistan. Afghanistan, if you go through the bottom area, the southeast area where the Marines were, it's flat.
Okay.
And then if
So
you go,
Iran doesn't have many flat areas, right?
Iran doesn't have any around it. The whole is surrounded by nothing but mountains.
So it's almost like sits in a valley.
It is.
Yeah.
Tehran is like in the northwest area of Iran. I urge you guys to just pull up the map, with the topographical map, and look at it and try to figure out how tanks would go through mountains without.
I mean, the places in Iran where there are cities is like a valley between two giant mountain ranges.
Yeah,
the whole country is just a giant mountain range.
Uber X.
Did you just say Uber it?
Yeah. That's what Trump's like. Hey, we're gonna get him in there. You know what? I'm only gonna tip you after it's been received. You're not gonna get.
We could probably do. We could probably get them to do like an Amazon 2-day prime shipment of our like weapons or explosives over there.
There you go.
Crazy.
Is this a Kennedy?
No, this is Canaveral, I think, in Florida.
I thought it was
Yeah, it was Canaveral.
What,
it was
what?
Canaveral.
It was Texas.
Yeah, and I'm just going to play it in there in case anybody didn't get to see it.
Thanks for playing it. Yeah, I missed it because of Trump.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I mean, well, here I can turn the audio on if y'all want to hear.
Now bound for the moon. Humanity's next
awesome.
great voyage begins.
And are you guys tracking what they're trying to do with this?
Good roll pitch.
Israel's wanting to colonize the moon.
Well, we're trying to. This is going to be one of 3 missions to the moon, and we're going to colonize it.
Right.
AMT high.
Yeah, supposedly Artemis 3 will be when they land on the moon for the first time
Integrity passes the ultimate MECO.
in history.
Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on board engines. Space Launch System core stage. Integrity. 3 miles.
How many astronauts are on board?
5?
No, there's 4. There's
Is it 4? Okay.
There's 1 woman, 3 guys, 1 African American. But yeah, there's a total of 4.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be 10 days.
Can we convince Trump to go and just let him off?
Well, they'd have to. It won't hold that much fuel because for every pound you have to have extra fuel. They
Well, we got all the
they wouldn't be able to get it up off the ground. It'd be like,
We couldn't get his McDonald's on there for him.
boom.
We could tie him to the booster rockets that fall apart before he gets out of space.
Hold on.
Oh shit. Dylan, how have your lives been going? You said you're only doing them a couple times a week. Do you have set days now, or?
Usually once a week we do a video study on a different topic now. So I'll do like a whole video study analysis, and then I'll play it through at the beginning of the live during that week. And then throughout the week we discuss specifically that topic and video study, just so it's more structured, because my panel, we tend to go in 15,000 different directions when we have political debates. So.
Oh, I know the feeling. Today, somehow, we got into talking about the increased risk of transmitting diseases through sodomy.
Well, we started with 14th Amendment.
Yeah, it started with the 14th Amendment and ended up that way. It was a little weird, but
See what happens. I miss it when I go to work.
it was. I'm still not sure exactly, because he said something about they're teaching LGBTQ in school or something, which led to. Oh yeah, I think he made the point about them high rates of HIV and AIDS in that community, and that's what got us into talking about it. Which so I feel your pain, Dylan. It happens.
I don't know. I just feel like the more I'm on this app, the more center I'm becoming. Like, I've noticed so much inner fighting from the Progressive Party on this app that it's kind of wild.
See, I've become more and more progressive and more left.
Fascinating.
The longer I live, the harder left I turn. And it's really becoming to the point where I'm back to where I was when I was 18. So what happened to my party? My party came so far over here that I feel like I'm watching Republicans talk. And I'm like, hey, come back over here where I am. Because I'm done with the vote blue no matter who. If you took a nickel, and I mean one thin nickel from AIPAC, I will not vote for you. And I don't care who they put up. I couldn't possibly. There is a limit, and that is my limit.
I live in Michigan.
Bravo.
And
Good for you.
we have a senator named Abdul Al-Sayed. Oh my gosh. He is just like, he's anti-Israel. He's healthcare for all. He's a doctor, and he was in charge of one of the largest counties. He reformed the medical system. So like Medicare for all. He's not, Israel is like, nope, no. I mean, he's almost like Mamdani. And I'm just like, he won't take money from AIPAC or any large thing, corporate. He's like a dream candidate.
What was his name?
Abdul Al-Sayed.
Al-Sayed, okay. That was the name, actually, the last name of one of the guys that was busted in that food program. The last name was Syed.
Yeah.
Of course, it was started by a white American lady, and they just, blamed Somalians on all of it. But, anyway, when you said that name, I was like, I've heard that somewhere.
Well, the way that the Muslim names work, the Islamic names, Al-Sayed means the son of. Am I correct, Nadia? I know
it means he's related to the prophet. Peace be upon him. Yeah, it's like a title. Yeah,
it's not a real name.
Look at this view, guys.
And that took 4.5 minutes to get up there.
Wow, that is beautiful. Look at that.
That's fucking awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, here I'll play it.
The moon deniers.
But we're not landing on the moon, right? We're just orbiting, or what are we doing?
Did nobody get my joke earlier? I said the first time ever in history that will. Okay. I saw Dewey in the comments was like, this time, they're testing like the to see if it'll handle it or whatever. But Dewey in the comments was like, we landed on the moon, and he gave the year, and I'm like, he missed it. I remember that. But is it not weird that we go through all of that, we land on the moon, and then poof, nothing until 2026? Yeah. It seems a little weird. Just saying.
I have students in my class who really, their parents believe, and they have raised their children to believe that it was a hoax, that never really happened. And I hate to break it to you, but I remember it.
Abdullah's cute too.
I don't know if you guys are following, but
let me put him up on the screen.
When Trump,
he is.
So this is Abdul Al-Sayed, who is running for Gary Peters' seat. Because Gary Peters is retiring. Okay. So he's running for his seat.
That's going to upset MAGA. I love it.
He always says, he's like, because I've got the most political name for the Senate. I'm like,
thanks, Dylan. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
What district is he again?
He's running for state senator.
Oh, state senator. Which state?
Nice.
Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. Nice.
Yeah. So
he's a Michigander.
He ran for governor, and he did run for another seat, and he lost. But he's just, I listened to him, and he's just, like I said, if you could get on board with a person like Mamdani, he's a lot like him.
You know what's crazy with Mamdani is people on the conservatives or liberals, MAGA, were saying that he's going to bring in Sharia law. If you look at Mamdani's wife, he wears like sleeveless shirts, and I'm like, how the hell is this guy?
Mamdani smokes pot sometimes. He's a Muslim, but he's liberal like me. He's not. That's a joke.
I'm so sick of hearing Sharia law. Like, motherfucker, these Christians in our government right now are putting the Christian version of that currently. I'm sorry.
Oklahoma.
Like, if a religion wants to say our congregation needs to abide by these strictures, that's on them. But the Christians are like, no, I don't care if you believe or not, you're going to fucking obey this shit. Like, It's so bad that these Christians like Dusty Devers, Nadine, you know fucking Dusty Devers, right?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
That fucking puke bag, worthless scumbucket. Do you remember when me and Ron were going at him hard during that special election? You remember that shit?
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
Oh my God.
Yep. But you know, that's like par for the course. It's like they're having a contest of who could be the most fascist.
I was, and they've called them
run for
the
governor.
Oklahoma Freedom Caucus, like more like the fucking Dotard Caucus. Anyway, that group of people that Devers has, you know, found himself around, they are trying to push a law that will prevent churches from helping illegal immigrants.
Yeah. Yep.
And asylum seekers.
How Christian.
Right.
Very Christian.
Right.
Jesus.
Well,
Just
but
what
did you
Jesus
see
would
what
do.
little Marco Rubio said? Little Marco. He's
Little
always
Marco.
good for a joke. He said, he said that just, I can't say it without laughing. He said, just because you're born in the United States doesn't make you a citizen. Your parents have to be citizens too, said the son of 2 Cuban immigrants. It was like, pack your fucking bags, little Marco.
He's deporting himself. Okay.
Pack your fucking bags, little
You can't
Marco.
make this shit up.
No.
They're like, they were born pretzels. They're not even human.
Who was that Venezuelan guy or the Cuban guy that was running who's running the white supremacist group? I forget what the name of it was.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Oh shit.
It's almost like a mirror doesn't exist anywhere in their house, and they think they're Europeans. They think they're white.
It reminds me of Clayton Bigsby. You know who Clayton Bigsby is?
No.
I heard the name. It sounds familiar.
It's a skit by Dave Chappelle. It's the blind black guy who hates
I love
black
Chappelle.
people.
The blind black guy.
He's a kid. He was born blind and he joined the KKK, and
Oh my God.
and then he divorces his wife because she's a N lover.
Wow. Dave Chappelle. Hey, guys,
Chappelle
we're
has
almost
some good
to 40K.
Netflix
If y'all will keep tapping, we could get to 50K in no time. Let's try to do that before I jump off here. I appreciate it. And I do have a gifting goal. If you guys want to support the live, please do that. I have Crash App and Vimo. You can find that information on my profile if you want to support. I do use this money to feed my fucking family. That's where I am now. So if you want to help out, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, go ahead, guys.
Are you still doing trucking?
No, I haven't done that in a long time. Ever since my kids were born. I think my daughter was about 1.5 years old whenever I stopped. Because I would leave and come back, and she would look totally different. And I'm like, this is depressing as fuck. Yep. And it was rough after that, but, at least I was home.
Yeah, man. Most of my family did trucking. I know how that is.
Yeah, my blood pressure and shit's all fucked up, so I probably couldn't even pass a medical test now.
I feel that. My BP just went up really high from this stupid speech that Trump gave, and that's why I got quiet, actually. I was taking medicine and monitoring it. I mean, we have to be careful, too.
I'm 42,
That's why
and
I can't watch him because it makes me insane.
I'm 42, and I had a heart attack at 39. So,
oh God.
Oh, man, be careful. I'm sorry.
Well, it was mainly due to being deployed so much and
I'm sorry.
all that stress and everything.
So this is
Yeah.
dual
careful.
sided.
Thanks.
Welcome to the story.
So this is what his view on ICE is.
Why do you want to abolish ICE, and who does federal immigration enforcement if you do? Well, look, ICE is a small part of a much larger Customs and Border Protection, which is part of a much larger Homeland Security. You've got an agency here that is well beyond any sort of ability to rehab. When you think about a house with mold in it, it's not saying you don't want a house, it's just saying you don't want the house with mold in it. This is an agency.
Wow.
getting to this point in 2018, which is when I first called for this. Once you tell an agency that it's beyond the law, that it operates only for the interest and support of one man, it's become a paramilitary force. It's been told that
Oh, sorry, I leveled up.
Son of a bitch.
that it's okay to recruit people, give them very poor training, equip them with guns, and then set them loose on streets like in Minnesota, which, by the way, is very far away from the southern border. At that point, it is beyond rehab, it is beyond retraining. And so I think at this point, it's clear that we have to abolish ICE and rethink how we do customs and border protection. But let me be clear. I do believe we have to secure our southern border. Let me be clear. I do believe that there is a role for some enforcement. But that has to be done with respect to keeping the people in this country safe in the first place, because Donald Trump has taken ICE and weaponized it against the whole idea of the Constitution in the first place.
So then who does that? Because when there's always been this thought about abolishing police, and then crime happens, and people are like, okay, well, we kind of miss our police. What does that look like? Who's in charge of, if somebody's here illegal, especially somebody with a criminal record who's here illegally, who gets them out?
You know, before ICE, there was INS. This is a thing we've done for a very long time. But INS did this with respect to a certain set of parameters and barriers that were around keeping people safe in the first place. But if your whole idea is that you're keeping people safe and then shooting a mom in the face, at some point this has run way past the notion of what we were meant to protect in the first place.
Of course, they would say, then don't drive at us with a car in that situation. But obviously that's a big debate right now. Another big thing that's a sort of differentiator with you and your Senate race is you are a big believer in Medicare for all. You've literally written a book on it. You yourself are a doctor. You've been talking about this for many years. You're endorsed by Senator Bernie Sanders, who obviously is probably the biggest proponent of this policy. How do you get that done at the federal level? How do you get 60 votes in the Senate to pass Medicare for all?
So this was on CNN and it was on YouTube, but like Bernie Sanders, Ro Khanna, Keith Ellison. I mean, he's got a few endorsements. I don't put too much stock in endorsements. I didn't think like Beyonce coming out and endorsing Kamala was like, you know, it was fun. Taylor Swift got under Donald Trump's nerves, so that was kind of fun. You know, I don't put too much stock in it, but you know, when you got other politicians looking like Bernie Sanders, I mean, everybody kind of, you know, respects him. So I
Crazy Bernie.
Crazy Bernie. But
I love Bernie.
I hope he wins.
Hey, I'm an old school conservative, and I like Bernie.
Bernie's the shit. He's got more energy than I do, and he's like 130 years old.
The thing about Bernie is he's stuck to his. What he's been saying has
consistent.
Been like consistent.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't see that.
He's always had the same opinions about the same things.
That's right.
And the real shame of it is if you listen to him, but nobody listens. Like if we eliminated the class structure that we have in this country, do you know how many problems would be solved?
Thomas Massey is the same way, I believe.
He is. Yep. Generally speaking, yep. I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but I respect his ability to tell somebody to go fuck themselves.
And to be fair, you know what? I think this country fell off after not electing Ron Paul.
And that's another thing about the endorsements, because that's one of the ways they fucked Bernie over. Is all the motherfuckers dropped out and endorsed
the super delegates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yes, that's like I said, I don't put too much stock in endorsements. Like I'm not like, oh, Bernie endorsed him, so he's got to be good. Well, okay, yeah, Bernie endorsed him, but really, what is his platform?
I really think Bernie would have. I think Bernie would have beat Trump.
We hit 50K. I see 50K. I don't know if y'all see 50K, but I see 50K. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Shit, if we could get to 100K with just 40 people in here, fucking godlike. Really.
I was at the DNC in 2016 too. I was a delegate for Oklahoma.
Yeah, I remember you showing me the picture. Do you still have those pictures?
That's so cool. I have the pictures, yeah. I was interviewed by the Wall Street Journal for the walkout.
Fucking awesome.
And when we walked out, they turned off the lights for our sections so that we couldn't see on the news that half that fucking place was empty.
Wow. Fucking man, I'm still sour over what they did to Bernie.
But did you see the other thing that you're never going to believe it? Hold on to your chair here. The bullet from Charlie doesn't match the gun.
Yeah, that's the defense is saying that.
Yeah, I mean,
I did a video about it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are we
Who
surprised?
No.
Who knew? I mean,
Not
the Israelis are smarter than that.
Well, nobody's talking about
Those
that right now.
Mossad sniper guys are much smarter than that.
The Mossad guys are smart. They leave guns with bullets that don't match them. My God, it's crazy.
And I'm wondering if that's another reason why we did the speech as we did, or Trump did, because that just came out, I think, yesterday. And it's been kind of hidden behind the news.
Because I did a video about it the day that it came out.
Yeah, it must have been like yesterday or the day before, but it hasn't been that long.
No, it hasn't. But I feel like it was the day before. It doesn't matter either way. I mean, look, certainly he was doing something for somebody, but he got set up. He's a patsy. So, I think if things start to turn sour, they'll find a Jack Ruby and he'll be Epstein.
He'll go away. Yep.
I really believe that our government does the same shit that the Saudi government does. The fact that we have not said anything about Jamal Khashoggi tells me our government is just as corrupt as the Saudi government is.
Oh, God, yes,
for
we
sure.
are.
For sure. Go read Operation Northwood. You'll see just how fucked up this government can be. When I read
what is that
shit,
on?
It was in order to get America on board going in and invading Cuba and to try and convince JFK to do it too. They were going to go on a bombing raid in Miami. The U.S. government was going to bomb Miami and wrap a fucking plane and fly it over and blow it up and blame it on Cuba. There's a bunch of shit that they were going to do.
Have you guys been tracking the Air Force general that's been missing out of New Mexico?
I haven't been. I didn't even hear about that.
So
I didn't know that.
So the day that Trump announced that a UFO file release thing, remember that? That he was going to release the UFO files.
Wasn't that a ways back?
Yeah, that was. It was a while back. Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, and then like 3 days after that, an Air Force general with the highest security clearance in all of Air Force went missing. You could Google Air Force general missing New Mexico.
Interesting. And he's still gone.
He's still missing. And here's the crazy part: when he went missing, they said that his firearm was missing, and his shoes were missing, and his pants weren't. His pants were left there. So he went with his boxers in the middle of the night with a firearm.
He was abducted by aliens.
Well, nobody knows. I mean, this is the crazy part. Look into it. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I hadn't even heard about it. But no, the government did buy up, like, I think alien.gov or something like that. They bought up like alien-related.gov sites or set them up in, preparation for them releasing this stuff. It's more flood the zone bullshit, meat.
You remember that
for the plebs.
You remember that Soleimani thing that happened a while back when Trump in his first time he took out Soleimani, the general in Iran?
What about it? Yeah, I remember it.
So a lot of people haven't heard this, but in retaliation, you could Google this, but there was a U.S. service member taken out by an Iranian in Las Vegas shortly after, like about a week or two after that.
Somebody was taken out in Las Vegas? Okay.
He was taken out in Las Vegas. Some Iranian woman stabbed him in his hotel room in Las Vegas. And I'm like, the timing is kind of weird.
Jabbed who? Who was jabbed?
It was a U.S. service member. It was unalived.
Oh, I see.
In Las Vegas by an Iranian. I don't know if it was a part of the government or what, but the news said the person was Iranian that stabbed that service member.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, I mean, if they're going to be snatching people up, I could give them an address.
Yeah, and for the record, Maverick I did
16.
almost say that. I stopped myself from saying that. Now that you've said it, I wish I had said it. But I didn't want to seem disrespectful.
If they would just say, take me to your leader, I would just point them to the White House.
Yeah. Did you hear Trump say 2 terms? My 2 terms? I'm like, bitch, you shouldn't be president.
His 2 terms. I don't like during the speech.
Here's part of the problem. We have to prosecute these people to the fullest extent of the law. We can't do this slap your hand. Oh no, and when we have to have an investigation, fucking investigation. We know what you did. You did it on television. We need to arrest you for crimes against humanity, for treason, for all the things, and we need to make it stick because there comes a point at which where you can't do this is against the law. We are a nation of laws. And
I was trying to explain to someone today that, hey, the reason that people in his administration are kissing his butt so much is because they know that they have broken so many laws and they all want that blanket pardon at the end from him. And it would fucking be hilarious if he doesn't give it to 1 or 2 of them.
You mean
for
like
all
the people doing the things he's telling them to do?
Yeah.
So because he knows that they've broken the law, and the next administration will likely go after them and prosecute them. So, in which case, that he would. A lot of presidents do offer like pardons, and the last president offered pardons too. So if he offers a large number of pardons, especially like a blanket pardon to everyone in his administration, I think that's why everybody's kissing his ass and going, yes, Donnie, yes, Donnie.
Oh, absolutely.
We need
But
a
I'll tell you
constitutional
what,
amendment that says that if a person has ever given any money to somebody or their fucking family or friends, that they cannot receive a presidential pardon. It has to be somebody that they don't know and aren't associated with.
We need to give a limit to how many pardons that they could give.
Yeah, it's fucking and no family members.
Let him pardon all the ICE people and then prosecute them in the states where they committed the crimes.
Well, didn't you see the thing that the judge just allowed that they could go after him for civil lawsuits for the J6?
Yeah.
This is crazy. What do you do? Like, I'm with Maverick on this. Nothing's going to happen to him. Because unless we get in people that are, absolutely opposed to this establishment shit, they're just going to, they'll rub each other's backs and scratch each other's ball sacks. So.
No, you're right.
Yeah, they'll probably do a theatrical.
The only way to stop this shit from happening again is to make it so painful that the thought of somebody saying, you know what we could do? Remember the last time? And say like, nah, we're not doing that. See what they did to them?
Nadine, don't forget Trump ran on the same promise. He promised the same shit to his base.
Yep, he did. Stupid people. You can't fix stupid.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean... God, we're not even 2 years in. We're not even like a year and a half in.
No,
Can we even fucking survive? I don't. What does U.S. collapse even look like?
I think we're seeing it.
Yeah, well, I mean, because it's not gonna be like there's still gonna be people running around and eating and shit, and I think for big percentage of the population, it may not seem so different, but. What does it look like, and so how do you ensure that you change the system into something else? Like, what does that look like?
So at the end of the Roman Empire, there was a lot of looting and pillaging of the empire going on. That's what we're seeing here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, motherfuckers right in front of your face, insider trading, goosing the market, making his friends like it's. I don't know. Now the dude, and I didn't actually bring this up, but let me pull up my history real quick because I had it up this morning. What the fuck is it?
I mean, nowadays you could use with the predictions market, you could trade anything. Is Trump gonna take a shit today or not? You could trade that.
Which is fucking wild. That Poly Market, is that what you're talking about?
Poly Market and Kelshi.
Bunker. Yeah, anyway, the bunker is what I was trying to pull up here because I had a news article about it. Did you see that shit? Like, he just flat out lied to everybody. We knew it was too expensive for what it should have been. Turns out the dude's, building the drone and I guess a nuclear bunker under the fucking White House for himself. He's got cabinet members. Do what?
I heard the court said they had to stop construction.
Yeah, well, this dude's just going to keep going.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Are they gonna leave it like that? Or what's?
He'll get.
Is someone gonna?
He'll get his.
That's not his house. Is someone gonna hold him accountable?
No, I doubt it.
But it's not his fucking house.
I hope the next president that comes in there, and if it's a Democrat, gets the original floor plans with the original, with the East Wing, and just does it back right.
I'd be willing to pay for it.
The way it was.
I would. To get the original plans for the East Wing, how the original, when they first did it.
And the rose garden and the whole bit.
Well, I mean, because think about this. We just spent $100 billion to put that rocket up and go around the moon. We're like at $109 billion for the Artemis project. We got money for that, and that serves us no earthly purpose. Literally, and pun intended, that serves us no earthly purpose. It's cool as shit, don't get me wrong, but it serves, it doesn't do anything for us.
To be fair, I'd rather see that than missiles in Iran.
Well, that's for damn sure. But if we can afford that, we can afford to put the fucking White House back the way it was after Dotard's gone.
That's the thing. I don't think we can afford anything pretty soon.
I don't think we can afford anything, to be perfectly honest.
It may get to that point. Hyperinflation. Jesus.
The only people that are going to pay for it is going to be like me and you. We're already fucking paying for it. Gas prices, food, everything. We're paying for it. It ain't these elected officials. The government just collects. They don't pay.
Because think about this. Are we going to end up being like Yahtzee Germany after the Treaty of Versailles, where we now owe money to all these countries and our shit's collapsed and we can't afford it, and they're going to be coming over here trying to, take everything to get their money back? I
really believe, having lived in England, I think we're going to be the new England. What England was, I think we're going to become that, and England's going to go worse and worse.
Well, I mean, I hope it goes the way of the fucking dodo bird anyway. They've destroyed this world.
I just got to get my mom to apply for her Irish citizenship from her grandma who was born there.
I really think
I can get some.
I really think they're going to go after Social Security next. So if you got elderly, I really think they're going to hit that. Based off of, and the reason I say that is based off of the comment that the Treasury said that we're insolvent, and then the Federal Reserve Chair said that we're pretty much broke.
We've been broke. My whole life we've been broke.
But right. I know we've known that, but people of that power at that level have never acknowledged it at that close apart.
Well, here's the thing. We're getting to the point where humans are unnecessary anymore. Why would they want a bunch of old people running around, or a bunch of, people that can't work because they're disabled, to have autoimmune diseases and all the shit that they've been pumping into our bodies my entire life with this crap ass food they've been feeding us? Why would they bother keeping us around when they can just replace us with fucking robots?
But someone brought that up, and I was watching this YouTube earlier today, and the thing is, when it comes to like replacing people, you still need a consumer base, and if the consumer base is broke, they don't have money, how do those consumers buy your product? How do you make money as a business? So if your business is robot putting people out of business, and those people are the ones that are buying your product, who's buying your product?
Well, it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't need anybody to buy your product. once you have robots in place to mine, to manufacture, to build buildings, to do all the things, currency is irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
It's whoever has access to the resources. They don't need people to go in there. They don't have to sell it. It'd be like a fucking socialist utopia because the people would own the means of production and the people would be the fucking billionaires. And they don't keep us around, to grape us and do whatever else that they want or eat us, whatever the fuck they do,
Well, maybe they should start breaking up these oligarchies like that we have in place.
To.
I mean,
there's a lot that has to happen, but I don't see any Democrats on the forefront that are even nowhere near what we need.
Well, the oligarchies, I think, are the downfall of this country.
Yeah, but they have been.
Sure. The Gilded Age. This is the Gilded Age 2.0, but even now they can replace us with.
We can't hear you. It's pretty
you're mumbling
out.
I think he went to the bathroom.
What?
You're
What's that?
That's better.
What the fuck? Anyway, whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, Tim, I'm gonna go because I gotta bounce. I gotta go to work in the morning.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Nadine. It was good to see you.
Good to see
I'm
you.
about to hop off too.
All right, see you guys.
It's well past my bedtime, but thank you, Nadine.
All right, talk to you. I'll try and this weekend if you're on.
All right,
Bye.
Sweet. We'll see ya.
Have a great night.
Yeah. I don't know. The future is looking pretty bleak unless people really just get sick of it and they're like, fuck these people.
Well, I think, Saturday was over 8 million. And it keeps on growing and growing I know it's a one-day rally. I know it's a one-day protest, but it's grown. This is the third one, and it's grown twice the size. So there's
You
more.
talking about the No Kings?
Yeah, it's growing more and more, and even in my, look, my county is a very red fucking county. And I'm seeing a lot more and more protests, and the crowds are just getting bigger and bigger, and people are taking down their Trump things, their Trump signs, and I'm just like wondering what the midterms are going to look like.
Well, they're going to need to transition those protests into something actionable, like people stop paying their fucking bills or people not going to work, because the protests are one thing, but unless it's hurting those fucking people, they don't give a shit.
No, they don't. I mean, and in order for us to do that, Tim, we have to have protections. Right. What happens when you don't go to work and you can't make a car payment? They come and take your car away. Yep. What happens when you can't make your house payment or your rent? You get an eviction notice. So there's no protections for the people like you and I that make under what, they're saying 400,000. Okay. I would like to make 10,000 more because me, my target job is not a career.
Oh my God. That was a little off, wasn't it?
Fucker. Oh man, that pissed me off. But, there's just no protections for us to do that. Even when they were saying let's do a protest and take the day off work. I can't afford to take the day off work. I can't.
Yeah, and the alternative is if we don't, it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
I played a show of a TikTok video this morning's live, and this guy was showing it was the same apartments in 2022 or something, $700 a month or 800. I don't know, maybe it was 900, whatever. And now for the same shit for a longer lease is $1,700, and that's just going to keep going.
Well,
they're just squeezing us all out.
And that's people tell me, well, why don't you just sell your house and get something smaller? I live in a manufactured home. I live in a manufactured home community. The only saving grace, and I hate to say this, but when my ex-husband and I got married, right after we got married, he got into an accident at work, which resulted in him losing his arm from like the elbow down.
God.
Yeah. So, and with workman's comp and being Michigan, we literally, in order for us to sue the company, we would have to prove that it was malicious, like they set out to do it to him. Well, okay, that's really hard. Yeah. So we did get a settlement from the insurance company, and we knew that our marriage changed. The dynamics of the marriage changed. We started to grow apart, and we knew one of us was going to stay here. So we decided that, we were going to pay the house off. So the person that would stay here would just have the lot rent. I only pay, my mom pays it because she moved in with me and that was an agreement we had. I only pay $630 a month for lot rent. My house is paid off. Why the fuck would I move? When I go out at a 1-bedroom apartment in my county is $1,500. Why the fuck would I move?
Yeah, of course you wouldn't. And you know what? They'll probably just increase your lot rent over time too.
Yeah. But when they do that, it's $10. So it's like, okay, so in the next 20 years, even if they increased it $20 a year, I'm still paying less than a 1-bedroom apartment in Livingston County.
Right.
So why the hell would I sell my house? Why would I move? People just don't get it. And it's
they just say whatever makes sense for the argument in the moment. These people are full of shit. It's just word vomit.
I mean, shit. Everybody that walks into my house, they go and when I show them around the house, they look at my closet can be another room. I'm like, they're like, that's
if you put a closet inside the closet, it would be a room.
It's like a long closet, but it's long enough like I could put a single bed in there. It would be tight.
You might have to do that and rent that bitch out.
I know, right? But I do. I have, my mom has one room. I have the master bedroom. I have one extra room, which is for the grandsons. But if I needed to, I could rent out. And the dining area we closed off, which is my office. But I could rent 2 rooms out if I need to. So when my mom pulls her shit, saying, you'll never make it without me, bitch, all I got to do is rent that fucking room out for $700, which is cheaper than a 1-bedroom apartment and cheaper than a room for rent in Livingston County, and I got my lot rent covered. So shut the fuck up. Give me that bullshit. Yeah, she says, I'm just going to move out. Where the fuck are you going to go? Shut up.
Well, eventually we're all going to have to be living on top of each other in the same fucking house. 12 people to a fucking 900 square foot home because we can't afford anything else.
Right.
Fucking family, like 3 families of 4 living in the same house. That's what they want us to do.
Well, people from other countries have done it here.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
buckle up, America. This is what you signed up for.
It's the richest country on earth, and we got fucking people having to like shack up with potential creepers. We got so many violent fucking criminals running around. Mostly Americans, by the way, not illegals.
Right, exactly.
Trust an illegal over a fucking American in my house fucking pretty much any day of the week.
Oh, hell fucking yeah, I would.
Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. Bunny, did you have anything you wanted to offer since, I don't usually get you on the panel often? It's good to see you. I hope you're doing okay.
I am. I've just been playing my Colt while I listen to y'all.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Growing the cult one sacrifice at a time.
Well, I'm with Maverick in the comments. We're fucked.
Oh,
I agree.
we are.
Yeah, it's a slow, unaliving is what's happening here. But
I think
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No.
I was going to say I think the midterms is even too far away to save us at this point.
Yeah.
No. And now with this fucking voter registration database and shutting off mail-in ballots to anybody not approved by Donald Trump, they're going to make you go to the polling place where you're going to have ICE there. And if you look like you might be Hispanic in some way, sir, you got to prove to us that you're a citizen, or they'll just arrest your ass if you look like a Democrat. If you got a septum ring, they're going to fucking pull your ass off somewhere, beat the shit out of you probably.
What? I'm going to wear my dad's Trump hat, and I'm going to wear red and an American flag and be like, yep, Trump. Yeah,
I'm gonna
vote blue.
I'm gonna wear my dad's
Right.
Guns N' Roses jacket.
No, I saw a video today. It was Vex. Vex Media did a video. It was like, have you guys not learned in Minneapolis that? And it's basically by the end of the video, it's like, you got to go out there dressed like Trumpers and they'll fucking leave you alone. Yeah. Democrats should, although it would probably make me puke every third step if I was wearing one of those fucking hats on my head. I'd want to like gouge out my eyes with a fucking, with a plastic spoon.
My dad put his hat on me one day and I was like, get that fucking shit off me. You know better than that.
Right. God, I don't know.
My parents luckily never bought any of the Trump stuff.
Oh, thank God for that.
My dad, I had to tell my dad because he's got short-term memory loss, but it's like we're having Easter brunch and I said, Dad, no Trump shirt, no Trump hat.
Oh yeah, no, my dad had pretty bad memory loss also, but he luckily never had to face me with any Trump gear on because I probably would have ripped it off of him.
And it was sad because about 2 months ago, we were driving through town and there was a protest. And, my dad was like, well, what's that? It was right after Alex Peretti was, pew-pewed. And I told him about it. And we got into the driveway and he said, show me the video. And I said, Dad, I don't want to show you the video. And he goes, I need to see the video. So I went on TikTok and pulled it up and he said, this isn't what I voted for. And I said, I know, Dad. I know.
I am going to respectfully bow out of this conversation at this point. I just can't emotionally handle it. I just lost my dad, so it's just like fresh still. But anyway, I am going to. No, it's not. No, you have nothing to be sorry about. It's not you. It's just me. But I am going to jump off. So
Maverick, I'm going to explain this to you. My dad has short-term memory loss. He's never been political.
Thank you, Bunny.
He didn't even know what he was voting for, so please don't jump.
Of course, always.
Yeah,
please don't jump on my dad, Maverick. Okay?
Well,
don't jump on my dad.
I'm increasingly, I just can't, like, people still supporting him. I just don't fucking get it.
He doesn't even remember that Trump is president. Really, he doesn't.
Yeah, that's
and it's sad. So for somebody to jump on, well, he did vote for this. He doesn't remember what he voted for. He doesn't even remember what year it is.
Well,
so
that sucks either way.
It does.
But with that, I'm going to go ahead and say sayonara. I've got to call the wife. It's later than I've been up in like 12 years, so I'll probably just go pass out. My bedtime's like 9 o'clock. I should be halfway through a Big Bang episode right now. And by Big Bang, I mean Big Bang Theory. It's like the 7th time I've watched the whole show with my wife. It's we do like watch party. I'll hold the phone while she aimed at the TV, and we'll fall asleep together on the phone. It's kind of funny. Anyway,
well, tell the missus hello, and I will catch you.
Will do. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Hell, we got to 67,000 with just 40 people in here. You guys are fucking awesome. I really appreciate it. And all the gifts, guys. It's been amazing. And I should be back on tomorrow. I don't know why I wouldn't, but yeah. So I guess we'll see y'all in the morning. Thanks for sticking around.
All right.
Peace.
Thanks.
Oh, and fuck Hoodlum too, by the way.
Yeah,
Fuck
right.
See you guys. Peace.
Bye.